everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. 27 points, 5 rebounds. Welcome to Pelicans Flock Report, where I give you everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. I'm your host, D. Broussard. Defense, discipline, and development. The Mosley Effect in New Orleans. Now, today, Jamahl Mosley was officially introduced as the Pelicans' new head coach. He gave his press conference today, in which he answered a number of questions about what he expects from this Pelicans team going into next season. And from what I heard, I really like what I heard. Now, obviously, in the last video, I told you guys that Jamahl Mosley was my personal pick for the head coaching job for the New Orleans Pelicans, just because I feel like Jamahl Mosley is a good coach and he can lead this team in the right direction. He's done it with Orlando, and Orlando not having as much talent as the Pelicans have, he was able to do it. Obviously, in the Eastern Conference, different conference, but hey, he's been there before. He knows what to do, and he seems like a very, very smart head coach. And I'm always going to be a guy that's going to be high on coaching and systems. Coaching and systems, because coaching matters. You can have a lot of talent, in which the Pelicans have had over the last couple seasons. I feel like the Pelicans have had a lot of talent, but we just don't get where we supposed to go because of the coaching, systems, things of that nature, and it just don't work out. So coaching is very important. You can have a lot of talent, but you have to have a good, smart head coach that knows how to make adjustments, knows how to play the right rotations, and knows how to get guys to believe in themselves and play hard for him each and every game. And I feel like Jamahl Mosley, based off his approach today during the press conference, I feel like he definitely is going to expect a lot of energy and effort from this Pelicans team. And I feel like he definitely means business, and he knows what he wants, and he knows what it takes to win basketball games. He's been proven. I'm just saying. So one thing I know that Jamahl Mosley would definitely bring to this Pelicans team is defense. And he spoke about that as well during the press conference, saying that he's not even worried about offense. His main focus is defense. And as I said in a previous video, Jamahl Mosley is a defensive coach. That's what he is. And the Pelicans have lacked defensively a whole lot this past season, and we definitely need defense. Defense wins games. And if you get guys to commit on the defensive end, you can create offense off of defense. Most of the teams that are in the playoffs and the top teams in the league are defensive teams. They defend well. OKC defend well. The San Antonio Spurs defend well. The Knicks defend well. All of these teams defend well. So you have to be a good defensive team to win games in the NBA. I don't care how many offensive guys you have. If you don't play defense, you will not win games. It's just the facts. And it's always been like that with basketball in general, not just the NBA. Defense win games and defense win championships. So I definitely feel like with Jamahl Mosley's defensive approach, I feel like he's definitely what the Pels have been missing, because they've been missing a lot of defense, and they definitely are going to have to become a better defensive team. Now, also, his focus on discipline um, could definitely reduce a lot of turnovers, defensive breakdowns, and inconsistencies, in which we saw this past season under James Borrego. We saw a lot of inconsistency. We saw a lot of defensive breakdowns, and we definitely saw a lot of turnovers. We had numerous games where we had double digits in turnovers, and we ended up losing those games. Now, games where we protected the ball and we took care of the ball a little bit better, we were able to come out with dubs. But we definitely have to get better taking care of the basketball. We definitely have to get better defensively, and we definitely have to become more consistent night in and night out, because I feel like that was the main thing that we saw this entire season was inconsistency. So we definitely need to be more consistent. Now, also, I feel like Jamahl Mosley definitely could help out the young players. Um, he helped a lot of young players in Orlando. We saw that with him in Orlando, helping out and developing the young players like Paolo Bencaro, Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony, um, uh, Franz Wagner, all these young guys that were in Orlando under Jamahl Mosley, they continue to develop each and every year. So I definitely feel like that's a good sign, because we definitely need to develop guys like Eve Messi, Jeremiah Fears, Derek Queen, Carlo Makovic, you know, Micah Peavy, our young guys. We're definitely going to have to continue to develop these young guys. So we need somebody that's going to be able to develop young players. And I feel like Jamahl Mosley in the past has done a great job doing that in Orlando. So I think that's going to help us out a lot. And also, um, I definitely expect accountability from Jamahl Mosley. That was something that he spoke highly of during the press conference, was accountability. Character, being on time, you know, um, communication, you know, all of those things in which he spoke about four things that he expects from his team as an head coach. And he spoke about those things. He spoke about being accountable, character, communicate with one another. All of those things are very important when you're trying to build a winning basketball team. And I feel like Jamahl definitely knows what he wants and what he expects from this team. And I think he's very stern, and I think he's going to hold guys accountable. If they don't do what they're supposed to do, he's going to hold them accountable. And that's the type of head coach that you want. You want a coach that's gonna hold guys accountable and make guys be responsible for their mistakes and their actions on the basketball court. So I definitely feel like we're gonna get that from Jamahl Mosley. And I just like what I heard from him, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I really like what I heard from him. Being a guy that's so high on coaching, like myself, I feel like I like what I heard from him, and I feel like he's definitely gonna get this Pelicans team in the right direction. Now, will it be next season? I'm not 100% sure on that, because obviously the season hasn't started. Um, but I would say within the next 2 years, I expect a different Pelicans basketball team under Jamahl Mosley. I really do. I really do. And this was the reason why I was so high on getting him here, because I was able to see and watch what he was able to do with the Orlando Magic. And I said to myself, like, man, that's the type of coach we need. Also, I feel like Jamahl Mosley's biggest challenge is gonna be turning talent and potential into consistent winning. That's gonna be Jamahl Mosley's biggest challenge. His biggest challenge is gonna be turning talent and potential into consistent winning, because we definitely have a lot of talent on this basketball team, and we definitely have a lot of potential on this basketball team. So can Jamahl Mosley take those two and turn that into consistent winning on the basketball court? And in my eyes, I believe he can. Like I said, he's being placed on a team with way more talent than he had in Orlando, and I feel like he's going to be able to do some great things with this Pelicans basketball team. Now, I feel like at the end of the day, the Pelicans will become a more tougher, physical defensive team under Jamahl Mosley. I definitely feel that. I feel like, even what he mentioned during the press conference, that his focus is defense, like I said earlier. And he's gonna make that the main focus, getting guys to buy in to defending and playing defense night in and night out, playing hard, playing aggressive, and that's what we need. That's what we definitely need. And I'm also looking forward to Jamahl Mosley his plan, I would say, as far as with Zion Williamson. What's his plan with Zion Williamson? Now he did mention that Zion is just scraping the surface as far as the things that he can do on the basketball court. And I also feel the same. I feel like Zion is definitely going to add a jump shot to his game, a consistent jump shot, because he's definitely going to have to add at least a midi or a three-pointer to his jump shot, because there are going to be times where the opposing team is going to close out the paint and try to keep him from being able to drive to the paint, drive to the cup like he likes to do. So he's definitely going to have to add more moves to his game, whether it's, um, a mid-range hook or, a midi jumper, three-point shot. I definitely feel like Zion is going to have to add more to his game to be more effective going forward. And also, Jamahl Mosley mentioned playing Zion in different positions, not only the four position. And I think that's come up a lot of times as well, playing Zion maybe at the three at times, playing Zion at the two at times. You know, that's came up a lot of times from a lot of different people. So I'm looking forward to that. I think Zion is definitely going to thrive under Jamahl Mosley, because Jamahl Mosley strikes me as a very smart head coach, a very good basketball mind. And I feel like that's what you want as a head coach. You want a head coach that's a smart basketball mind. He knows how to get guys to buy into the system. He knows how to get guys to play up to their full potential. And I feel like that's where it all starts. Once you can get them to buy into the system and get them to play up to their potential, that's when the winning starts to take place. So, like I said in the last video, I'm super excited about Jamahl Mosley being a new head coach. I think that Jamahl is definitely going to do some great things with this basketball team, and I can't wait for the season to get started. And also, I felt like the Pelicans definitely had to announce their head coach before the NBA draft, because you always want to have your new head coach in place before the draft, because that way when you go into the draft, you can draft guys that are going to fit into that coach's system going forward. And I'm also looking for the Pelicans to maybe try to trade back into the first round of this year's draft. Um, what they may trade or who they may trade. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know. But I'm looking for the Pelicans to possibly try to get back into that first round. Now, we do have 2 second-round picks that we acquired in that Knicks trade for Jose Alvarado. So we have 2 second-round picks. But I am looking for Joe Dumars to try to see if he can find his way back into that first round of the draft. So definitely be looking um, definitely be paying attention to that. So, yeah, man. Like I said, Jamahl Mosley was introduced today as the new head coach of the New Orleans Pelicans. How you guys feeling about Jamahl Mosley and the press conference and the things that he said and what he's going to be able to do for the team? Do you guys believe that Jamahl Mosley is the guy? Y'all let me know in the comments. Like always, man, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, the all new Pelicans Flock Report, where I give you everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. I'm your host, D. Broussard. Make sure you like and subscribe, turn your notifications on. I will be continuing to drop content during the off season. Like I said, it hasn't really been much coming out of the Pelicans organization besides the hire of Jamahl Mosley. But as I find out new things, I'm definitely gonna jump on and create some content for you guys and keep you guys updated with everything that's going on with the Pelicans team throughout the off season. Really looking forward to this year's draft, seeing who we grab. And yeah, man, like I say, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Yeah, I'm out.